I told you almost started a podcast.
I know. You did start.
We did start a podcast. It was shit.
Now, how long ago was that?
That was after high school.
Okay.
Like our sophomore year of college, I guess it would be considered. Yeah.
Now, that was you and your buddies that you guys just did that for like fun?
Yeah, it was horrible.
No,
horrible.
Why was it so horrible?
Because we had like two of us were like both like very out. Well, three of us were like real alpha, and like and then it just was like too much. It was like all of us wanted to say things like you just can't in a podcast setting.
Yeah.
You just can't all talk about every subject.
Yeah.
You gotta like pick and choose your times and
sitting there fucking bullshitting.
Yeah, and like I don't know, we were all like we were just we were like cool friends, but like we'd always like argue about everything. Yeah, like that's what we did when we hang out, and like that's just not good listening.
yeah.
You know, like arguing about Jordan and LeBron, like no one really gives a fuck. Like who are we to talk about Jordan and LeBron? Nobody.
Right.
You know?
You'd be surprised how many people want to hear regular people, quote unquote, yell at each other.
I was just gonna say we were just arguing about what a landmark was, and we're like, yeah, post a video. It's gonna be fun. Like our egg thing. You remember our egg thing? Like
yes. Sorry. Yes.
First of all,
he cheated.
Who did?
Me. Oh well.
No, he came to me and asked for advice.
Yeah. Because first of all, I can't give him the secret that you gave away.
That's a good secret.
I can't do that.
Wait, you gave him a secret?
I told you he cheated. I just said that.
Yeah.
Luca made a good point because Luca said, even because the argument was, does who's cooking the egg make a difference?
Right.
And I said, obviously, yes. I would hope you as a chef would think the same.
Don't tell me what to think.
But
I agree. I agree 100%.
And then Luca said, and then we like set the challenge up, and then Luca was like, well, if there's a challenge between you two, then that just infers that there's a difference.
Well, yeah, Luca. Were you there or was Jake there? Because Luca said, well, Jake, you just proved Brendan's point.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and Jake
Yes.
said, what?
It was
Luca
just
told me
like,
afterwards.
Well, the challenge makes it that whoever makes it better. So then,
right.
obviously, it's man.
Yeah, and I didn't even fucking think about that until like you guys really were like.
I would say as much for something as stupid as an egg being fried. I would say that it has a lot to do with like small ingredients.
Like
more.
What? Like
Like no, I would no, I would say like obviously like I was telling him my take on it. Let's say like you have like a breakfast place, like a breakfast place in the city. It's like 5-star.
Yeah.
You need reservations, and then you got like Denny's, right? The difference would be that they're gonna make that egg at that 5-star place consistently perfect almost every time.
Okay.
When like you might get some shitty eggs at Denny's that are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But like I think the ingredients would have a much bigger part. Like instead of using like regular butter, if you got like some like French made butter that was hand beaten. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like instead of using regular salt, use like some sea salt and like you maybe use crushed white pepper
or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and you top it with like a shallot or like you know what I mean? Like those little things would play much more of a big role in a egg because eggs taste like eggs.
What the fuck? What were we just? I was just gonna say something. I forgot. Damn it.
Perfect.
I know. What the fuck? What were we? No, you said something about the egg thing that got me like okay. It was the olive oil. Okay, fried. Now.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I think I said this before. If now definition of a fried egg is because the oil around the egg fries it, right?
Yes. Actually, I went back and thought about this.
Yes.
When you told me because I really don't know. Like, I really didn't know like how. Like I told you, like a chef hat. It's the reason why I have all the lines is to indicate how many different ways you can cook an egg. That's that's like the story, the French cuisine story behind it.
Yeah,
I did not know.
So there's a lot of ways. So like I consider a fried egg like how we explained it, where like you put in olive oil or vegetable oil, and then like it gets kind of crispy on the sides, and really gooey in the middle.
Sure.
But I believe a true fried egg needs to be flipped.
Oh.
So like both sides are white, but the middle's still gooey.
Okay.
I actually just watched I do weird shit like this. I watched a video on like Jean Pierre or whatever his name is, this French chef, and he like made a fried egg and he flipped it, and I was like, that's why it's a fried egg.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that's the 100% definition of fried egg.
There's a difference between like over easy and sunny side up.
Correct.
Like that's a sunny side up is when you don't flip it, right?
Sunny side up and over easy, you both don't flip.
Really?
Yeah, well, over easy means like it's just not so gooey, I think, and then sunny side up is like when it's like really like sunny side up, it's like gooey, like it's full of all that.
Yeah.
Like the other one's kind of like almost soft cooked, like the whole thing's not gooey. Like there's parts of it that are still hard yellow, there's parts of it still gooey yellow or orange, whatever color.
That's why I was making the point. That's finally got him to fucking shut the fuck up for a second.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what if I use no olive oil?
Which is difficult.
What if I use no olive oil? Is it still a fried egg? And he was like,
Because the definition. Well, hang on. The definition of fried is cooked in butter or oil.
Right.
True.
So if I throw an egg on a pan and it's boiling and the pan's super fucking hot, I don't put any vegetable or olive oil.
Yeah, you
on
just are fucking up an egg.
Right. So
like
that's
I said,
how he wins the argument.
You guys are really on a fine line. Like the egg and when you go to culinary school, the egg is a big deal.
That's what
like
okay.
overly big of a deal for me.
Yeah.
Like we took like a whole month on eggs.
Really?
Because like I told you, the whole hat thing. There's like 27 different ways to cook an egg or something stupid. You can find out. Jamie. Where's Jamie?
Yeah.
You can find out how many ways there are to cook an egg, and it's like it's kind of we can like say whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking ways that you can cook an egg.
Yeah.
See, I've noticed that about you is you take a very practical approach to cooking. It seems like you're not very like foo-foo like.
It shouldn't be.
Right.
I don't believe so.
Because you just grew up in a restaurant as opposed to like going to school. Like, oh, this is how it needs to be. I know you did, but you had restaurant experience before that, right?
Right, and I've seen both, and one of them makes good food, and the other one was my teacher that came to my restaurant to eat, which was funny.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like my dean would come to eat at the restaurant.
So what would he even?
That's what I'm saying. So what do we like? That's when I like really looked at it and said, who the fuck is these guys to tell me how to cook my like family recipes and shit? Like,
right.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want me to poach an egg? That's great. How many fucking times have you guys had a poached egg?
Yeah.
Right. Like it's just not realistic. Now, if I was gonna open up a 5-star restaurant in the city, there would be different approaches to Italian cooking. Like I would never buy pasta. I would always make my pasta.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a whole different restaurant, which I would love to do, but it's not. Food's supposed to make you feel good. You know?
Yeah.
It's supposed to bring people together, have fun, laugh, drink, eat, enjoy, feel full. But
I think that might be the difference though between like you and like people who go to culinary school because they're like, oh, I want to like cook, like, or I want to be a chef.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you see it in that aspect where it's like, oh, I'm doing this because I really like, I not just because I want the food to taste good, but it's for a bunch of different reasons.
Yeah, I would compare it to like an artist that went to like art school and that was like, this painting has so much life, and then like the dude that like just was like born with a given talent of like being able to paint and make these beautiful and see his own things. Not that I'm comparing myself to an artist, but culinary arts, like I don't know. There's two different routes of everything that you do. Like, so yeah, there's the guys that are like perfectionists and they want it to be, the plate needs to speak to the customer and you eat with your eyes.
Right.
And it's too much. Like your food probably sucks.
Yeah.
Your food's probably trash and it's overpriced. Yeah. And you're not the only dude that went and got fresh basil down the street at the market. Like get fucked.
Have you now back to the egg thing really quick because I've talked about this before.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever heard somebody call a sunny side up egg up? Like just reference it as up.
Yeah.
Can I get an egg up?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem out of place to me.
It seemed out of place to me. So the reason I'm bringing this up to you because the first thing I thought you were gonna say is like, what do you want it up your ass? Like, what do you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe like 20 minutes. I'm still trying to be like good.
Yeah.
yeah. Give him some
I'm
time.
still trying to test my limits here.
There are not many limits. I talk about
keep
my
going.
asshole.
I'll get there. You guys, I could really put it on, but I don't know. Yeah. It feels weird to put it on sometimes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, bro. I had a couple things I wanted to actually talk to you about. So, what was the one thing? So, okay, really quick.
Yeah.
We're back here with Verified the podcast. How we doing, everybody? We have a guest, Maurizio Mancuso. I'm saying that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to get my last name though. Fuck.
Maurizio. That's it. And he is the owner of Capri Restaurant and Capri Pizza. And what other than being like doing the restaurant thing, was there something that you wanted to do before that had nothing to do with a restaurant?
It's funny you mentioned this because I was thinking about it on the way here. I actually bought a house out here one time.
Really?
Yeah, I was like 21.
Really?
Yeah, and then I didn't go through with it.
Why?
Because like it was like right off the edge of Oak Lawn.
Okay.
But closer to here, if that's even right.
Yeah, Oak Lawn's right there.
Yeah, it looks just like this house.
Yep.
That's why. Like it looks similar to like this, like the build style. But yeah, like when I lost my dad, like I'm the kind of guy that like is very into like I have to do, as you guys probably know, I have to like be doing shit. Like I can't just like have nothing to do. I get sick of the same routine of like working. I've been doing it for so long. So like to keep me like from like mourning or like to keep me from like, because I had to like be like tough and strong for my family. I like indulge, like I like get like obsessed with things. So like
Okay.
this was my thing, is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get into real estate. So like most people, when something bad happens to them, they go and they like, you know, eat chocolate and cry and watch movies. I like want to buy houses.
yeah.
So I bought this house and I like got approved. I like put all this money down for it. I did all this shit, and then I ended up like saying, you know what am I doing? I'm just doing this because I have nothing to do. Like, like I need to keep myself. I need to keep my mind busy, like to not think. You know what I mean? And I stopped.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I stopped doing it, but I like lost a lot of money.
And you were 21.
I was 21.
Jesus.
The guys thought I was nuts. The guy's like, oh, so you guys are. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna buy this house.
Yeah.
For what? I'm like, I'm just gonna rebuild it and
just flip it.
Yeah, I was gonna flip it. I used to, but I was crazy. Like I had like research done. I spent hours researching things. I actually did like this whole Excel paper where like I would plug in numbers, and it would tell me like how much I would make, like plus or minus on like each house.
Really?
Yeah, like it was set up where like I could take the average of houses that were like selling in the area when they were like redone, and like how much they paid for them. And like it would put it into the system, and it would tell me like how much I need to probably spend on the house in order to get it to like a certain number. It was nuts. I was actually really good. I should have fucking did it.
Yeah, bro. I'm still stressed about my car payment. Like I think about a house is insane to me.
Yeah.
Like, so that was gonna be your house, or you gonna like live there by yourself?
No, I wasn't gonna do
every
that.
time.
I wasn't gonna live. I was just gonna buy and flip it.
Flip it, Jesus.
Yeah. I had like 3 different contractors on the job. I had like,
wow.
I had everything. Like I was gonna redo the whole house, like floor to ceiling.
Damn.
It was nuts. It was gonna be like a $250,000 project.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Bro.
After the house? After you bought the house?
It was gonna be worth like $320,000 or something.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Sounds like you're looking in the right area. Places around here are shooting up, bro. Like, in the last 10 years, like the property values here just jumped up.
Yeah,
especially Mount Green, because we're in the corner of the city. Yeah.
And Cops, and you live inside of the. You have to live. That's why I wanted it there too. And like it was also like there's just so many different things that play factors when you're buying like shit like this. Like it was a hotel, St. Mary's fucking hospital. It was walking distance from this house. But it was like far enough where like it wasn't in view. I'm like, dude, that's perfect. Like how many nurses are gonna want to buy like a brand new remodeled house?
Right.
2 or 3 girls or 2 or 3 dudes.
Absolutely.
And like this would be a perfect like bachelor pad, or like, you know, girls would buy this house and like live down the street from work, and or even a doctor that like wanted to be close. It was like it was such a good house.
See, the fact that you're thinking about shit at 21, I was thinking like, yeah, I'll try that joint. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, like that's insane to me.
I don't want to get addicted, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just different growing up. Like I just had a weird upbringing, and having to grow up.
I feel like that's very immigrant of you.
It is. Yeah,
like
you grew up with immigrants.
Grinding is
grinding, and like you feel guilty about everything. Like,
what do you mean?
Because like you know where you come from. So
Yeah.
like if I buy a new car, I'm like, man, like did I need that right now? Like I didn't have to spend that money. Like everything is like a guilt trip, because like, oh, my family back home is.
Oh,
you know what I'm trying to say? Like
okay.
my dad's house was smaller than this room. And,
wow.
And he built Capri. So
yeah,
2 of them.
That's fucking crazy.
So like it is hard to like be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy that new Tesla, like for sure.
Hey,
like,
yeah,
really, dude. Like we're, you know, who the fuck are you?
But
yes.
are you gonna buy that new Tesla?
Comes in a week and a half.
Does it
Are
really?
you serious?
What kind you get?
The performance one.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god.
Triple black with white interior.
That's sick.
20-inch rims. It's kind
Got
of
like
But who the fuck are you, right?
yeah. My cousin doesn't have heat, so it's very, very hard. It is a guilt trip. You
Hey,
have to like talk yourself out. You gotta talk yourself out of it.
dude, but I mean, if you're in the position to do it, like,
Yeah,
almost who's to say? Like, would your cousin if your cousin was put in your situation, he'd have a Tesla probably, right?
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like like I said, they have to like they turn the fireplace on and it boils the water to take a shower. Like I'm talking
Christ,
like
bro.
Grinding.
yeah. So like you come over here and you're like, I could be doing something with my time. That's why I never really smoked weed. Like I did when I was young, like a little bit, but I hated it.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sitting there all fucking stupid, and I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Like I got shit to do. Like that's all you. It's hard to like. It's
Yeah,
weird.
I know.
It's very immigrant mentality.
There's some people that I know that can like smoke weed and like go to work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I'm sitting there with my eyes crossed. Like,
Can I smoke weed, dude? Like I don't know if it's because I don't know, because like I always my head does this. Like I will become obsessed with whatever is like in front of me. So like if I'm like on YouTube and I'm high, like I'll watch a video and be like, yo, wait, like does that really happen? I'm like, no, there's no way, dude. And then I'm like I have like 4 tabs open, and then I look at it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, dude, this is supposed to help me sleep because I have insomnia.
Yeah.
It's 6 a.m. and I'm looking like, does Palestine, this governor, like,
what's he into?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I get fucking weird, man.
Yeah. What kind of car is the governor of fucking? Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, I get like deep. I get into the deep web.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
weird. I don't smoke anymore.
See, I get free. Whenever I smoke, I'll think especially if I don't smoke for a very long time, then I smoke again. I'll be like, everyone in the room knows I'm high, and they're all pretending that I'm not high collectively, because they know it'll make me insecure. And I'm thinking all that in a 10-second period, and I'm like, am I in a position to where I really think everyone that encounters me that I'm high is gonna like let me just be high and think I'm a psycho for it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the weed's different.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, like, bro, like you smoked weed, you got hungry and you laughed.
Yeah.
You smoke weed now, bro, like it is not.
You get a fucking panic attack.
What's going on? Like, why do they do this to us?
Dude,
it was fine. It was so fine. Yeah, I get it. Like, potheads, like they're like, oh yeah, we need stronger weed. I get like everything, like guys that drink a lot, they want like stronger alcohol, like bigger, like more proof. But like, can they have like hey, I just smoke like every like month once maybe weed,
right?
Like the regular weed.
Yeah,
can I get the regular weed?
Yeah.
Like, this weed right here, man, this is crazy, bro. This has got 4 different strains. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, man, I just want to like laugh at like Ed and Eddie or something.
Yeah. People are like, dude, this shit'll ruin your fucking life.
Yeah,
like
right.
it's a good thing. You're like,
this is called brain aneurysm.
Yeah,
okay.
right. This should make you speak to ghosts, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I have shit to do tonight. No, bro.
Yeah. You'll be high tomorrow.
You smoke this weed today and you're high next week. Just not during, just randomly one day.
Yeah, you'll just be like, oh fuck, I'm
sick.
still high.
Thank you. I'm at a funeral. Laughing.
Yeah, right.
I'm at a funeral. I've been shaking the
Poking.
dead guy's hand for 20 minutes.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place. Beautiful home, yeah.
I'm still trying to wake this guy up.
Yeah.
Bro, this guy's high as fuck.
Can't even open his eyes.
Look at him, dude. His hands are crossed.
Someone give me a Sharpie.
Yeah, someone give me a Sharpie.
That's funny as hell.
That's the same thing that happened when I first like smoked weed. It was actually with Chris, and Chris in the corner there. This dude, he had like a little bong bubbler type
Yoda.
thing. And yeah, they called it Yoda, bro, which is already the red flag.
Right.
It's like, all right, I'm seeing the Force tonight. I hit this thing,
Midi-chlorians.
and I looked at this dude, and he was like, that was a big hit. And if someone who smokes weed a lot or like has smoked weed a bunch and tells you that your first hit was a big hit, I was like, oh, fuck. I coughed for like 20 minutes, and this dude had to like, I sat down in the basement, was chewing a combo, like one of those pizza pretzel combo things you get from like 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And I counted in my head like a full 10 minutes with seconds. Like I was like 1, 2, 3, 4. Counted to 10 minutes in seconds in my head.
Why?
Because I was like, oh my God, if I wait like 20 minutes and count it out, I won't be high anymore. I stood up and they all told me that I was sitting down for maybe 10 seconds total.
Holy shit.
And I was chewing on this fucking combo for like what felt like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And I got up and I was like, I gotta go. And I ran outside and I started jogging around the block.
Ran away.
And this dude had to come out and like get me. And I was like, bro, make it stop. Like,
Dude, I've very few times in my life have I been like more like not scared, but like I don't know what to do than when this dude's staring with fear in his eyes into my face going, dude, how do I make it stop? How do I turn it off? I just need to like get on high. And like he's like, I just looked it up. Cold shower. Like
all these stoners going, drink a beer, dude. You'll be fine.
yeah.
And I'm slamming beer and I'm like, no, I'm drunk. Like, I'm throwing up.
Really?
Lemon juice? But I'll be squirting
You
lemon
look
juice.
like the dude that would have a panic attack. I'm serious though.
I know.
Yeah.
Everyone says that. They're like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah,
Why?
you look like, but I'm not good at it either, so I can't
Yeah.
judge. I'm just not. It's not for me.
Well, that's the thing. The next morning, like that's like being high the next day, and I was going to Moraine Valley. I drove my car to Moraine Valley. I was sitting in the parking lot, and I was like, I had 6 classes that day. I was like, no, I can't do this. And I drove home.
That's hilarious.
I was too high. Like at school the next day.
Still high?
Still high.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck this dude put in his weed, but I was.
It's not the same, dude. One time we went to a when I went to Moraine, they had like I said, a culinary program that was like brought in so they can use their facility because they had like a nice facility, and I had the dean of culinary as my teacher. But I played on the soccer team because I played soccer my whole life. So
Roll Cyclones.
Yeah, right. So yeah, we were sick.
Were you?
We were so good. Like
really?
Like it was a long story. We got into a fight and lost like our like championship game to go to like Arizona.
What? Oh.
Yeah, dude. Like we were like a rowdy team. But anyway, we had this dude on our team, and I'll call him JoJo.
Okay.
And he was some Mexican kid, dude. And like, so we were at this party. We were at this house in Blue Island, and like we smoked and drank, and me and my buddy Tim, we were fucking we smoked so much, and like we were in the room, and like then we came out and we heard like this ruckus, and it was a party going on. Like we had like 50 people in this Blue Island house.
Oh my god.
So then all of a sudden we hear like a gunshot. And I'm like, yo. And I look at my buddy, and he's like, no, there's no way.
Yeah.
He's like, you're just high. I'm like, dude, I know gunshot when I hear gunshot.
Yeah.
We go outside, dude. This JoJo, he's got a shotgun. He's like, shh. Bam!
No fucking way.
All right. I'm like, yo, dude, what the fuck? And like he like turns, and we just all run. He's like, who's got my PS4? And we're like, what? We're like, what, dude? It's a PS. Like, I'll get you a new one.
Yeah,
just
right.
Fucking put
the gun
the
down.
shotgun down. The party scattered. There was cops everywhere. Like my buddy Chaya, I shouldn't have said his name. He's 6'7". He's our goalie. He throws us into his car. He drives. He's fucked up. We're like, dude, are you okay to drive? He's like, no. He like told us no. And we're
No,
like,
but that guy's got a shotgun.
Yeah, it was like, which one are we taking the risk with here? You know?
Yeah.
Do we stay there and get shot and arrested?
Yeah.
Or do we drive
Or
home?
we can take the side streets. Up to you.
We took the side streets home. He was really good. Like he drove real slow. It was like he like knew it. He wasn't like that jag-off like playing music and driving.
Yeah.
But man, it was like such a crazy like story.
Oh
That
my
is hysterical,
God,
bro.
Yeah.
I've never actually been around a gunshot before.
No.
Like not like I mean like at the range once, but like, you know, I've never been like if I heard a gunshot like in my real life, I don't know what I would do. Like I would be like, all right.
I feel like even the people that haven't heard a gunshot, like if you heard a gunshot on, like if a gunshot rang off from the block over there, you'd be like, that's a gunshot for sure.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't sound like people are like, it sounds like a firework. Like,
Not
yeah,
at
if
all.
it's 2 miles
goes
away.
Sounds like a firework if it's like in this room.
Right.
Yeah.
But like a gunshot's loud.
Yeah.
My grandpa accidentally shot the neighbor's house like through his garage one time.
Oh, I mean I accidentally shot my neighbor.
He almost did. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And they don't know it was us.
That's hilarious.
And then they came to the restaurant and like retold the story to like my mother. My mother's like, "That's crazy." It
yeah.
was Christmas. It was New Year's.
He was drinking a beer and all of a sudden
my
it started
grandpa
pouring out.
He was fucked up and like it was New Year's Eve and like it was like typical back in the day to like shoot guns on you. Like you could do that.
Yeah.
And they gave my grandpa like these guys who will remain unnamed.
Yeah.
And they like gave my grandpa like this like their gun and he was like, oh yeah, and like only like shooting up. My grandpa's like, he's like, oh, you know, yeah. And he went boom boom. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And like it went through the neighbor's garage and like they came outside and like everybody ran.
Holy
like,
fuck.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it was crazy. They almost killed this man.
Oh my God.
I know.
Bro.
My dad always used to tell me that because when I was growing up, my dad's a firefighter.
Yeah.
And when he was growing up, New Year's, when he worked on New Year's, it was like, yo, like, say goodbye to your dad. Like, there's fucking gunshots ringing out, and he's in the middle of the street, like, on, 71st and Western Avenue. Like,
Yeah.
shit's quite literally popping off on New Year's.
Yeah, they used to do
So
that.
it's
It was like kind of normal.
Yeah.
And everybody did it so nobody really got in trouble because
Right.
everybody's doing it. Like,
That
how do you
shit's
find out who
insane.
shot who?
That's
Yeah,
dude.
best night to murder somebody, New Year's.
And Halloween.
In
Halloween.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween, like, you just dress up as a murderer.
Yeah,
True.
dude.
People are like, what do you for Halloween? A murderer?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Yeah. Trick or treat, bitch.
ever-
Yeah.
Did you ever hear about the guy who there was like this haunted house and there like this dude like murdered a bunch of people in the haunted house, but they thought it was like people who kept walking through it thought it was like a joke, like that didn't realize it was real. He
Yeah.
was murdering people in a haunted house in front of other people, and they're like, "Whoa, that's crazy!"
Yeah. I
Oh
can
my
imagine.
God.
How does that not work?
Dude, whoa. This
How
dude
does
was
that
like,
not make sense? Like, that makes perfect sense.
Right.
Like, that is what you... I
You
feel
just
like
see wild shit on Halloween. You're like, yep,
That's crazy.
there you go.
Yeah.
Halloween.
I was speaking of gunshots, I was like, my dad used to work at this theater downtown called Icon Theaters.
Okay.
And it was like this big mega theater. And we were on the way. Used to work security. And we were on the way home, and he has like a gun and a badge on him. And I was with my buddy Nick, and it was me, him. We were like 12, 13. And we were driving in our van. And we got off at this like the wrong street on Halstead, where it was like some really like shady neighborhoods, and we were on E. Like it was before there was like a gauge, and then like that light was like flashing, and we pulled up to this like dead end block, and there was 2 cop cars like just sitting there, like but their lights weren't on, and they got and like right when we pulled in, 2 cops got out of the car with their guns drawn, like hunched over, like sneaking up on this like person's lawn. My dad was like, "Fuck!" and like he's reversing. On
Holy
thing,
shit!
And like, it was the scariest thing I've ever
fucked.
seen in my life, bro. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
we're about to be on the news.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
right.
Like fucking helicopter, and like they see our van like sputtering. You know what I mean? Like, it was fucked up, dude.
Hey, that's Jim Barcelona.
Yeah.
That
I'm out
is
the
fucked
window.
up.
Yeah, dude, it was wild. I mean, I don't know. That shit's crazy.
I actually have another high story that was crazy. It was actually in my neighborhood. I went to my buddy's Sam's house. He don't give a fuck. And we were smoking weed, and like I had to go. And like so I'm like I left, and I'm high, and I'm driving, and I shouldn't have been. And I get home, and I'm in my neighborhood. My neighborhood, like you pull into like the neighborhood, and then like there's a long street that like goes to that end, and then like before that end you make a left, and then you're on my street.
Oh,
Okay.
So I'm driving down, I'm about to make the left, and I'm like looking, and I'm like, I'm so high, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, is that car on fire? I'm like, no, dude, I'm high, bro.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like staring at it for like another 2 minutes. I'm like, dude, it's on fire, man. I'm like, is this Jesus, like the burning bush?
Yeah.
Am
The
I
burning
like, am I
Taurus?
going to hell? Yeah. Dude, and so I kept watching it. The motherfucker was engulfed in flames. I have a picture of it, and like it burst, it exploded. So I called 911. I'm
Holy
high.
fuck.
Dude, I swear to God, I don't know what the fuck. This shit always happens to me. So I call 911. I'm like, hello? They're like, yeah. Like, what's your emergency? I'm like, the car's exploding. They're like, they're like, yours? I'm like, no, I wouldn't call you. I'd be dead.
Yeah, right.
And like, I'm like laughing on the phone, like I'd be dead, stupid. And then they're like, explain where your location. I'm like, I'm at my house. You know, like, sir, you know, we take this seriously. I'm like, I'm taking this seriously, man. Like, I'm freaking out, you know. And he's like, he's like, what's the address? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not getting close to their house. Like, it's just, can you come to my house? And they're like, well, you know, we need to know the address. I'm like, you can't miss it. The car's on fire. Like, are you guys, like, can you send somebody?
Just
like,
look.
they're in there. Like, what if it blows up like by their house? Like,
Yeah,
can you please
yeah.
come? So they came, and then like they're looking for me because I made this anonymous call as a suspect now, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm stoned, and I'm like talking to the police. And it's dark out, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, they're gonna arrest me.
Yeah.
They're gonna think I did it.
this
Like,
car
you
on
think
fire.
1,000 things. I'm like high as fuck, thinking they're gonna think I blew this car up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just rolled up and it was on fire already.
You're crazy. And then the dude that responded to the call came into the restaurant one time, and I told him, I was like, yo, dude, when I called you, I was high as fuck. And he was like, are you serious? Like, yeah, it was like the most panic I've ever had in my life. Like, I was freaking out.
Oh my
And
god.
we were laughing about it. But yeah, isn't that crazy?
That
That is
insane.
fucking
It
wild.
was on like proper on fire, like not like a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the flames were like
Yes.
Yeah.
all the car.
That's insane.
It was insane.
Oh my god. That that story I told you about when I was driving, like crashed my car.
Yeah,
I was baked.
I figured.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it in that moment because I'd be like, I'd look like a fucking jagoff. I was like, oh, by
Yeah.
the way, I was also high as fuck.
This is a weird thing that's happening though.
I know.
We're doing this.
Do you think
I love
so?
it.
Do you
I
think
love
it's a
every
weird like?
second of it.
That was another thing I wanted to fuck these notes. So now we're leaning back. you
Yeah.
know? No. So what is a couple things.
Go ahead.
Do you think is it weird being in charge of a bunch of people that you're younger than?
I struggled with hiring you guys because you guys were my age.
Okay.
And then I always had people like that were working for me, quote unquote, like older than me, and it was like a weird feeling. And like I've told you this, like everybody like that I've ever hired that was similar to my age, they try so hard to be like my friend and think like that's how they would get me to like them. Like I hate that. Like we can be cool, but like do your job, and then like
Yeah.
It's not step one.
yeah, right. Step
Yeah.
one is to like be a good worker. And
Yep.
like, step two is like we can be cool. So like it was weird for me, yeah, but it's like kind of refreshing because like I don't know, it gets weird.
Yeah.
It is a weird feeling.
Where are we at right now?
It feels it's all right.
I mean, you guys don't have a job anymore, but
Yeah.
I did let you guys drink with me at the restaurant.
That
you
is
did, that's
very.
fun.
That was like a big like when you ran out,
It was raining.
I know. I was like, I feel like I'm in The Notebook.
Yeah, it literally it was quite romantic.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I was,
Come back.
Yeah. What do you want? It's not that simple. What do you want?
Heineken. Yeah. It's a weird feeling, especially having people like I've had a lot of people that I've hired and fired that have like kids my age. So it's weird.
That is wild.
That is very weird.
But I struggled with like this the whole time. I struggled with like this not identity, but like you try so hard to be like so professional because like you want people to understand that like you're not here as like a little kid because like my parents did start it, but like then they stopped it and like now my mom's back in it for the reasons. But like it's weird because like you don't want to like you want to be cool in yourself, but then you want to be like a hard ass, but then you're like that hard ass boss. So it's like it's weird. It's a very weird state.
That must be super hard to do, especially when you're 24, 25.
Yeah, because you got customers that like the number one thing I always say like realize that customers are just kind of like jealous.
Yeah.
Like not like in a bad way, but like hopefully no one sees this. But like if you have like if you have like a kid that's like 22 and you see like this kid that like does, and they're like they don't want to believe that you are capable of doing things that you're doing because like if their kids are like not there, like everybody's different. Like I grew up differently and like some people grow up and they'll get their moment when they get their moment. Like it is what it is. But like I just they don't want to believe that it's possible that you could have 20 something employees or manage a day-to-day operations of a business that grosses X amount of dollars. It just they don't want to believe it.
Yeah, because I always think about like my parents. Like they've been going to Capri forever.
Right.
You know what I mean? My mom's always like, "You're the same age as Maurizio." Like when I would be super young and you'd be walking around the restaurant.
Right.
My mom would be like, "You should go say hi to him." I'm like, I'm not gonna go say hi to him.
Right.
Hey, we're the same age. Do you want to be my buddy?
Yeah, right.
Like, what the fuck?
That kid on the playground. You want to be my friend?
Can I play?
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like you're literally serving lasagna and you're like, dude. You know what I mean? Like
Nah, yeah, just like that's the thing. So like if let's say like for example, like I don't know, like for example, your mom, for just lack of a better example, but like let's say she looks at me and she's like, oh yeah, there's no way. Like I love your. And they say like these little, like, I love what your mom did with the place. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I designed, I painted all this. And they're like, oh yeah, cool. Oh, I love the tent your mom put up. I'm like, oh yeah, she didn't want to do that actually, but I ordered it. And they're like, oh, because like they don't want to believe that it's possible that like their son that's the same age, if not older,
doing less.
Right. It's like, oh no, he got it. It's just because he just takes credit. It's like, no, dude. Like, I do a lot of shit. Like, sacrifice a lot.
Because they don't want to believe that their son's a bum.
Right.
Yeah, basically.
Basically, yes.
Put it into. Because I think about that with my parents. It's like, they're like, oh, now you're working for Maurizio. Remember when we wanted you to be just friends with him? Now you're working for him. You know?
It's not like everyone gets their different opportunity. Because like I might be doing the same thing that I've been doing since I was 10 years old when I'm 40, and you might be on to bigger and better things. Like it doesn't. Everybody has their different moment. I just seized mine. Like I could have went to college and went the different route, but I chose to do this, and it.
I was gonna ask that wasn't like put on you by your parents at all. Like was it like, hey, you're gonna go into this?
We're gonna get deep into my.
I got tissue somewhere.
Yeah, right. No, it's not that it gets put. It never got put on to me. My dad wanted me to be a lawyer actually, and then I wanted to be an architect.
Really? Okay, here we go.
But like, it's kind of like it's kind of like you. It's like either you like do it to like help, and then like you end up just like doing it. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like, do you want to like everyone's got like family problems. Like we had family problems, so like it was like either somebody had to like step up. So it was like, kind of shit or get off the pot. So that's kind of how it happens.
I can see that in Luca.
Yeah,
like that he got that from you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think he's trying to compensate, but yeah. No, I mean like I really do.
Yeah, but I mean I see that he's like, oh, like my brother does this, like
right.
I got to do this,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right, and then I do that with like my mother or my father at the time. Like, they work 6 days a week, they work 7 days a week. She always is there. Like she not like you feel like you have to make up for like the lack of what you do or what you don't do or whatever. Like, it's a weird, dude. It's a very weird. You battle with your own demons every day doing shit like this.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
do you think that you like when you look back or like do things now that you see your that your dad has done or whatever, like would you see things in the restaurant now that you'd be like, oh, my dad would never let that fly,
100%.
I would let that fly?
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Very weird. I hate it.
Why?
I used to, when I first started working, I tried to be my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, like I was like, yeah, just be just like my dad.
Yeah.
And like he was the best leader, but not the best boss.
Okay.
So like it doesn't make, he was the polar opposite of my mother.
Okay.
So like if you had his respect, he was cool with you, but like he would yell at you if like you had like those things on, like if you wore that hat.
Right.
There was no shot.
Yeah.
There was no shot.
Shit off.
Take that shit off.
Yeah.
Like my dad's fired people for like crazy things. So like
Really?
he was like a really like did not. He was like a leader. Like there was just no shot that you could do whatever you wanted. No chance.
Right.
So it was weird. I wanted to be him for so long, and then I finally became like myself in the sense where like I decided to do it my way.
Yeah.
And I kind of have a cooler relationship with like employees or like you know.
Wow.
I don't know how to explain it. It's weird, dude. I tell you, it's a very weird. It's
No,
a lot of it's like a lot of power for no fucking reason.
Yeah. That
Like you're only a big deal like in that business,
Right.
Oh,
like
sure.
in that building, and then like I mean, Capri's a little different because like anywhere else, like a lot of people know us and like know of us and our families, and they go way back and they all have different things.
Yeah.
But it's like but like over there, like you're the guy, and then you're like the guy of what, like you know.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep your ego in check sometimes. It's a weird thing, dude.
Yeah.
I'm kind of open with it now, but like I used to like have ego issues with it.
That's
sure.
the thing. The
I
girl,
used to wear like 2-piece suits and like 3-piece suits to the restaurant.
Really?
I thought I was fucking John Gotti, dude. I thought I was fucking John Gotti.
So you wore 3-piece suits to your restaurant when you were running it. I wore
100%.
3-piece suits and my girlfriend broke up with me for a month. I swear to God, every day.
That's a real thing.
I swear to God.
What's his name from
Barney Stinton.
100%? Wait,
Swear to God.
that's the dude that's legendary, right?
Yeah.
Suit Up,
Legend.
Dairy.
Yeah.
I love
How
that
Much
show. I
You
watched
Love
it 3 times.
That's
Really?
why I
How
started
Much You
doing it. I was like,
Dude, that's
I'm gonna have
hilarious.
confidence like him. So I started wearing suits every
You know
day.
he's gay in real life, right?
Yeah. Neil Patrick Harris.
It's a whole
yeah.
bunch of shit.
Yeah.
It's a big show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he totally, dude, that role.
He's a sharp kid. He's a sharp
You know,
cat.
he
Because he's like a womanizer on the show.
Yeah, it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
they wanted him to be originally a super fat guy.
Why?
Like when they were auditioning for it, like they had no plans to have Neil Patrick Harris as that role. They wanted Barney Stinson to be this really big, obese, like dude, like that made a ton of money, ate a bunch, like just like big fucking like boss guy, had a ton of money. And and Neil Patrick Harris auditioned, he was like played it completely different. And they were like, this dude's
This is cool.
awesome. Yeah.
He's got a unique role in that show. I love that show.
But yeah,
love
bro,
that show.
I would wear slacks like McClorey, like want to come over and like play video games.
Dude, we're
I'd
going
come
to
over.
Chipotle, and this was like, yeah, let me put my tie on.
Swear to God, bro,
That's ridiculous.
it was ridiculous.
That's
People
too
were
much.
like,
It was
"Why you-
funny.
Why are you wearing? I only had 2 suits too. I had one from like 8th grade, and one that I bought at J.C. Penney's, and I was like, "This is my shit right now."
I used to have a $100 pen.
Really?
Put it like
Just right out the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could just.
signing big checks.
Signing big checks.
Dude, I know
man.
who the fuck I was. Like it was a fucking rough time.
And that's what's interesting is like everyone goes through that, but you were like fucking in charge of a business.
yeah, in
Like,
the sense,
I was
yeah.
17, like this dude said, like, I don't know what fucking shoes I should wear. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like, everyone goes through
My
that.
my parents opened up a deli. My dad opened up a deli, and like we built it from scratch. Like me and him, like we were there every fucking day, and it was across the street from the school. So I'd go to work every day after school and like be in charge. And then as soon as I wasn't making any money, because like the traffic, or they closed the lanes on LaGrange. They made it 1 lane each way, so there was nobody coming in. Or I was like started to get dead. My dad had no interest in it anymore. So like I was there like every day, and like I would pay employees. Like I had like fired like 2 guys like 16, I was like 17 years old. Like it was nuts. It was nuts. So it was a very weird. My parents went on vacation for like 2 weeks, and like they left me in charge. And like I had to go like to the restaurant and to like the pizza or to the deli, and like
Holy fuck.
yeah, like one time somebody crashed into the deli. Like the girl went through the fucking door with the
Jesus
car.
Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
Off LaGrange.
Yeah. And I was like 17. I was like, what do I do?
Yeah, dude. Our insurance, I think, covers this.
Yeah, like so it's a weird thing because like people like just assume that like your parents like they're like, oh yeah, your parents own Capri, like it must be nice. Like oh yeah, it's fucking great.
Yeah, dude. I gotta do all the work. But,
No, they did it like no, they fucking they're grind like they grinded it. They did it. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I am at today. Like that's 100%. But like there's so much like I missed so much as a kid, like just everything. Like I was always working.
Yeah.
I was always the dude that got there at 12 o'clock at a party that ended at like 2.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
dude,
for my whole life, I was just that dude that drove.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
got off work, guy.
Yeah, because I was
That's
always working at like 17,
crazy.
16.
Yeah.
I made $350. I was 11 years old at my grandpa's restaurant, and that's when I fell in love with money and the business.
Really?
Yeah, I was making banana Fosters table to table.
Nice.
Crazy. I don't know
Oh, with the
flambe.
Fucking
Dude,
love
I don't know.
that
Isn't
shit.
it great? But like again, this shows my grandpa's immigrantness. Like who lets a 12-year-old kid flambe in their restaurant? Dude, I had like liquor. I was pouring liquor.
Yeah.
Like it was man, like yeah, go ahead. Do it.
There's curtains right there.
Dude, there what? Man, carpet everywhere. Like I was like, yeah, go ahead. There's customers. Like if you spill on somebody, you'll burn them alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
All right,
bro,
cool.
Go for it. We get a massive lawsuit, but you'll
Hey,
be
dude, I
fine.
had a lot of money. It was like $350 like this, like for 2 nights, and I gave it to my dad. I was like, yo. He was like, yo. I'm like, making banana foster. She's like, well, there you go. Like, put it away, see? And then then I became in love. I love
Oh my
that
god,
business,
dude,
huh?
fuck yeah.
Uh-huh.
Jesus. Does that like factor into, like, so that obviously means that's what you've been doing. That's like kind of how you got into it. Then you're like, I really like this shit.
Yeah, I used to go.
You know?
I loved it.
Did it like affect like your friends? Did like your friends treat you differently because you've had such a different style of living?
It's funny because me and my buddy just had this conversation. I had a buddy named Mike. Like, we did not get along. He's an Irish boy, and we just did not get along because like a couple of my friends, like we didn't really get along, and like because like they thought like what I was doing was like not a show, but like they've never seen it. Like they didn't get it, and like the way I talked, the way I did things, like the way I if I'd go to like their parents' house, like I'd get up and give them all hugs and like a kiss and like nice, and this and that, you're beautiful. Like I was like. I sounded like I was 30, but I was like 17. Their parents loved me, but they were like, fuck this kid, like so we just didn't get along. And then as they got older, they realized that that's just who I am. They like knew stories about me. They started hearing things about me or like my family, and they were like, okay, we get it now.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they think it's all like an act. Like
you're putting on the whole time.
Yeah, like you're putting on the whole time, and I'm not. Like it just is who I am.
Yeah.
Like it's just how it played out.
I definitely thought when we started at the restaurant, I definitely thought like I knew you owned it, but I was like, like he's my age. He's probably like. I thought I was like, well, his parents own it, and he like technically owns
That's
it
what
now
says,
too.
yeah.
And so, but when we got there, I was like, oh, so this guy fucking runs this place.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Like
Dude,
it's like the day to day. Like I used to do. It used to be that. So what happened? Well, it used to be like my mom and dad would do like the big problems, and I'd run like the day to day.
Okay.
Like I'd be there, make sure it was open, make sure like this. Did you get the order of the bread? Like, do we have a reservation? Like this and that, and marketing and all that shit. And they would handle like the issues. And like as what happened, when my dad died, and I became like vice president, like legally, and like I signed papers and shit. But like then my mom kind of started doing the day to day, and I started handling the big problems.
Okay.
So like now it kind of is switched to like where we sit there and have conversations of what we should do, and then I'm like, we should do this, and she's like, okay,
sure.
But like,
you can tell it's a very like family, run thing.
Yeah, and like that's where it gets like that's where it gets like not annoying, but like frustrating when like you have customers saying like, they think that my mom does everything, and then I'm just like,
I'm sure
reaping the benefits, and you're like, no, like a lot of these like big decisions are being made by me. Like even being open right now. Like, that's my decision.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, what do you think we should do? And I'm like, well, I think I could give a flying fuck. Like, if they want to come arrest me, they arrest me. Yeah, and she's like, okay, well, let's do it. So, like, then they're like, oh, I'm so proud of your mom for staying open. She's so brave. And you're like, you're just like, oh, yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, she's great. Which is cool. I love my mom. It's just like, people just want to give the credit to.
Sure.
They
just assume that
that's super sucks though.
The older she's
right. Like we gotta do the roof. It's $20,000. What do you want to do? I'm like, we need to do it. Like, let's do it now while we have the time. And this and she's like, okay, let's do it. I'll call the guy. And the guy's like, oh yeah, you just did the roof for your mom. Like, yeah, you did. I paid for it. Like, like
that's
you
so
know what
it
gets
though.
it's whatever. You get used to it. I used to be really tight about it.
Yeah.
So tight about it,
yeah.
man.
Let these people know, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta.
I know.
You gotta deserve the credit.
But
though, you know what I mean?
I could not do it without her. She's
right.
She's
yeah.
She's an absolute
we're yin
savage.
and she's yin and yang. She's the hardest working woman I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
she'll work
me
24
too,
hours a day, dude. And you guys don't even see her work.
No.
Well,
and that's what I'm saying. I'll like go up to her and be like, hey, can I get an order of rigatoni? And she's like, yeah, sure. I got fucking 500 other things I'm doing right
now. Right.
Yeah.
And you guys technically have never seen me work either. You guys only see me at the pizza place, which is a piece of cake.
Right. I actually, it's the first time I actually saw you do. I like went. It was when I was giving that bottle of wine to Abby. Mm-hmm. I literally went to I went in between like to the office. I was passing through the office and I like looked to my left and I saw that you were like pouring sauce or like doing something with ladles. Yeah.
Soup.
And I was like, this dude's literally like making pizzas back here. Then he runs and makes soup and fucking then makes carbonara. I'll know and then runs back and goes,
don't even
doing?
say
You know
it.
what I mean?
Don't even say it.
Carbonara.
Yeah, dude.
Well, the thing was like I was so obsessed with being like the boss when I was younger. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking do this, do that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And like,
are you kidding me?
I realized like why people love my mother so much is because like she works harder than everybody else in the room, and it's like appreciated from like all her employees and whatever. So then you kind of switched over. I kind of switched over to just being like hardworking, and then like it shows.
Yeah.
And like then people start realizing, or like you guys are even saying like I don't, like what the fuck, like I don't understand how he does this. Like makes people work more, makes people want to be better and not give. They make you want to give a fuck.
Made me want to give a fuck.
Yeah, because
like
if someone's caring this much, it's hard not to care.
Yeah, if you didn't care, like like yesterday I came in and I was like, I'm gonna make an Instagram post. I'm not even gonna bother him with this.
Yeah,
text.
that was dope. I saw that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make the Instagram.
I was gonna
post.
text you and then I saw it and I was like, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
and
good.
that's why I was like, I know that's what you would want to do. You know what I mean?
Right,
Most
right.
employers I've had, actually every employer that I've ever had has been a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like a chode stroke, dude. And I just I can't get over that. That's why I'm like when I was talking the other day, I was like, I want to work here for a little while because this is like a fucking really cool job. Like it's a fun job, and it's like obviously this place goes somewhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're working. I worked at McDonald's for one day. One day I worked at McDonald's. I was making fucking hash browns, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Well, there's also so much opportunity at the place. Like, there's going to be more chances to do other things, or like to do, like, the pizza place is slow and it's learning and getting started and takes a lot of time. But, like, there'll always be something to do. And like,
right. And that's the cool part about the fact that it's a new, like, the pizza place is new.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's like, oh, I have an idea for something that could work with this. Let me bring it to him. And, and you're not 65 years old going, what? What the fuck's Instagram?
Yeah,
you know
right.
I mean? Like,
No, you have to get it. No, for sure. That's why it's cool working with guys that are my age, because like I never really had that, you know, thing. Like when I started Uber, I remember I did Uber Eats. I did Uber Eats like 3 years ago, and my mom thought it was nuts. She's like, "Who's gonna Uber Eats? You know, Italian food?" And I'm like, "Just trust. Like it's gonna be good."
Yeah.
Like, people like want to eat food, and especially out here, our demographics older. Like if they do get a win that we deliver this, like it would be huge. Like there's times where I'm grossing, like I'll do like $3,000 in Uber Eats, and it's like. Damn.
That's insane.
Dude, yeah, it might be they walk in the Capri Pizza going Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Like,
People do that now.
yeah,
Dude, back then it was like
10,000.
It took me like literally 8 months just to get like a couple orders at a time.
Damn.
Like it was like once every week, and it was like taking up
Really?
space. It was annoying. It was like people didn't get how to use it. The hostesses were like, "What is this? How does it work?" It's like, but now it's crazy. So, you know,
How often do you hire new hostesses?
never anymore. We're blessed with like having like some of the longest, which is a good thing. When you go to a bar or restaurant and you see the same waitresses and waiters and bartenders and hostesses, it means that they're happy.
Yeah,
And that's a good sign.
True.
So
Huge.
they're treated well. That's
Yeah.
always, if you see a lot of turnovers because the boss is a prick, they don't pay, they don't actually have the money to pay people, like all that shit. If you see the same people, it's because they're comfortable.
Yeah.
We've had people, we have girls that worked there for 10 years. We've had cooks that have been there for 15 and or started with my grandpa. Like they're comfortable.
That's fucking.
I was
crazy.
talking to your brother the other day, and one of the ladies came in. I was like, and I'm just like learning who's who. I was like, who's that? She's like, oh, that's I forget her name, so I didn't succeed in learning who it was. But he was like, she's been working here for 20, like literally since I was she held me when I was a baby.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
There's a couple of those.
That shit's crazy. And now you're
do,
like,
yeah.
hey, can you do this for me? I'm like, all right, I wiped your ass, by the way.
Yeah,
But there's
right.
people that have seen me as a baby.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you're in charge. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah, it is.
Like Manny, my head chef, and like the other guy, like, you know, they like held me as a baby.
That's wild.
fucking
So it's like
bananas.
I'm like, yo, where the fuck, you know, it's like hard to like yell at them. Or
Yeah,
something,
dude.
you know?
Like, yeah.
But I've helped a lot of those guys. I've helped a lot of people. Like we do a lot for anybody who needs it if they can.
Yeah.
I try to give back
That's just crazy.
as
So
much
like,
as I can.
does that ever come into play with like girls? Like, have you ever, like, I brought this up to you before, where you were like, I was like, have you ever hired a girl because you thought she was cute?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. How does that work out?
Never works out.
No.
No, it never works out.
Don't eat where you shit.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. Yeah, you can't, dude. It's tough.
Especially when you're making the food there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
definitely, dude. It's
Yeah.
it's a tough.
Have you had to fire a few of them?
We've had to fire one.
Oh,
Had
brutal.
to fire one. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah. It's not like it used to be. You used to be able to fire anybody the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Now it's like they'll take you to court. It's like, really? dude?
Yeah.
Like you tell me I have to pay you.
yeah.
Like it doesn't make any fucking
Come on.
sense.
Yeah.
They never win, but it's like it's just a pain in the fucking ass.
Well, he never called me back, Your Honor.
Yeah,
You know what
right.
I mean? You're like, whoa, yeah, what
Yeah.
the fuck, you know?
Yeah, right.
yeah, that's so.
Posted with another girl.
Because
But
that I was noticing that when we had a drink dinner night, because there was obviously a couple girls that we were hanging out with, and I
Yeah.
was like, this is obviously like a regular night. You know what I mean? Like this dude's like got all these girls coming in. Like that must be either super easy to manage or very hard to manage.
It used to be crazier. It used to be like I used to be a lot more nuts and like have more free time or like be okay with like doing it. Now I rarely do that. It still happens obviously, but yeah, it used to be like crazy.
Yeah.
Like I used to have like girls like knocking on the doors and shit.
Yeah, dude, this dude would
like,
walk
night.
in, and this dude would be like there'd be like 6 blonde girls would walk into the pizza place, and they'd be like, Maurizio, I'd be like, oh, how you doing? Hi, what's up? You know,
Yeah, it sound like that.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. It used to be a lot more fun. I mean, it gets you in a lot of trouble. But
I bet that's the thing.
I've had like customers. Man, I hate talking about customers on fucking a podcast.
I don't
I
think
used to
anyone
have-
from Capri
yeah,
probably told
I
that.
used to. I had a customer like tell people like around the neighborhood that like I was in love with her daughter and like crazy
Yeah.
shit. Like they just want the amount of pictures I've seen of people's grandkids and daughters is so fucking.
Oh
weird,
yeah,
dude.
dude, I can't.
Oh my god,
imagine.
you'd be perfect for my daughter, and like you got their father looking at you right there, and you're like, and then usually they're like, they're fucking handsome.
Yeah.
You ever hear someone call a girl handsome?
Oh no.
I've not actually.
You should
I'd
use
probably
it.
throw up.
It's they're handsome.
What?
Like,
What
you
is
ever hear
that?
Handsome's like you say that if like a girl's like kind of like she's handsome, like she's not cute. Handsome's like a guy thing. So
Oh,
if she's handsome,
yeah.
she's ugly.
Yeah.
You know, like she's
Yeah,
handsome.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like man, like so you got some handsome broad fucking. You're like, oh my god, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, she's like, oh, I should give her number. Like, yeah, you know, and you got to deal with that after. Like,
yeah. Now you get
crazy.
like 6 DMs from
My Facebook used to be full of fucking DMs
Yeah,
from
DMs.
like customers' daughters or like
Yeah, right.
customers that have come in.
was in your restaurant tonight. He
told me to
message you.
Yep.
I think
or
you're
like
so cool.
people would like comment or like not know that I run the Facebook and they'd be like, I'm looking for this guy. His name is Maurizio.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're like,
God,
man.
bro.
Wow.
He's not available.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in a meeting.
Yeah.
It's
For the
11:30
next
at
couple
night.
weeks.
Yeah, right. Yeah, dude, it's weird.
He's in a
So-
meeting at
so
11:30 at
weird.
night.
Because you
I
get a
bet,
lot of
bro,
people
yeah.
walking in, sucking your dick, low key.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I know.
oh, this like, and I don't know if it's for give me a discount for food, or if I buddy up with this guy, maybe he'll give me a free fucking steak sandwich every once in a while, or what. But like, I've
Yeah.
been so amazed at the amount of grown ass men. They're like, oh, Maurizio, hey, how's it going? And you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Can I select this? Can I
Yeah.
select this?
Oh, yeah.
It's people want to feel important, dude.
Yeah,
Especially like not that they're like not like not that I'm not a regular person, like it's like who the fuck am I, but it's like over there, like I said, I'm the guy, like it is what it is, like in that one particular instant for sure, whatever. And like people want to come in and feel like, oh yeah, like
right. I
like,
know the guy.
I know the guy, and like I come through like how many guys, like it is crazy, and like they want to feel it's part of the gig, and like that's what makes us, not that we're like successful for that reason, but it's like they like that warm. How many restaurants you go to and you just feel like just some random dude at a restaurant eating dinner,
Yep.
like some random guy comes like, how's everything? You're like, good, okay. Like, what do you
Yeah.
give it? Like, they don't care.
Yeah.
But like, I'm over there and like they want to feel like that. They see me like we talk. Like,
Yeah.
what happens a lot? This happens a lot. So I'll be sitting at a table or like I'm at a bar having a drink with somebody, a customer or a girl or whatever, and then I'll get like 10 people walk by and say, hey, what's up, Maurizio? And pat me on the back, give me a hug, give me a kiss, whatever, because they want the customer that I'm talking with to know like, oh, I know him too.
Yep.
It's like this, like, dude, it's so weird. It's like, bro, you're 40.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. That also seems so fake to me. I'd be like, dude, these guys are fucking full of
Yeah, they
shit.
just want to see, like, hey, Maurizio, what's going on? How you been, man? Good to see you. And you're like, hey,
Yeah.
what's up, Jimmy boy? And
Yeah,
they're like, and they walk away. They're like,
Yeah.
I know him too. Just relax.
Ah,
Dude.
It's clout. It literally is clout. And
Yeah.
there's grown ass men looking for clout.
yeah.
But it's cool. I love it. Like, I mean, I like the, I don't know. I'm good at it.
yeah.
You are good at it.
Very good
That's
at
for
it.
sure.
I was telling them like it's like you got to know your customers. So, like there's some guys that will come in that like they don't want they want to like you to be like a businessman. They want you to be like really like this guy. So you're like, oh, how you doing? Good to see you. Blah blah blah. It's great. Absolutely. Anything you need, let me know. I'll come by. Stop by. How's your wife? How's your kid? And then you got the guys that like want you to be like that greasy dago, and they're like the gangster Italian guy that owns a
Yeah.
restaurant. They want that. So then you have to give them that. So like there's like some dudes like I'm sure
Goombas.
Goombas and shit. Like your dad, if he was in there, he'd we used to be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? How's your wife? Who the fuck no? Who's she in that bitch? They want that like they want
Yeah.
that shit. You got any Goombas? Yeah, it's like,
I do. My
it's like
dad. fucking
so like they
loves
want
you, bro.
they want that like whatever. So they want me to really put it on, but it's weird, dude. It's like an acting job.
I actually, it's funny because that you said, because I was kind of like, when I first came back after like the first week of like, actually it was actually after my interview that I had with you, like the first time we like sat down and talked about Capri Pizza. I went home and I was like, yeah, and I caught myself like talking like you kind of.
Happens a lot.
And my dad was like, I can tell my dad just from me doing that to him, he was getting more Italian himself. He was like, yeah, Of course.
Yeah.
He's talking more with his hands and talking. I'm just like, this is so funny, bro.
It rubs off on you.
It happens a lot. Dude,
really
it happens
does.
a lot. My friends like will talk like me.
Yeah, I've done this so many times the last 2
it's
months.
funny.
I can't even believe you. I can't.
It's not like my friends will. I got a buddy's name is Tom, but he's like the whitest dude. We used to call him Richie Rich. I told you this.
Yeah.
And he's so white. He's so white. And he'll say shit like, he's like, hey, what's up, cousin? What are you doing tonight? I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Cousin.
Yeah, cousin. Like he's like, man, you should have brought it. I'm like, that broad. Like like they just start talking like me, and it's like, what do you it's funny, but it's like I don't know. It just happens a lot. You just start doing it.
Do you take it as flattery, or do you take it as like this dude's trying to like just make
No, I take it as flat. Like Mr. Bernardi. He's not like you don't look at him and me and think of the same person. When he's in the restaurant, he's like, hey, what's up, Maurizio? Did you see the golf game?
Yep.
Like, yeah, I saw the golf game.
That's so fucking cock.
Yeah.
To be that guy is to be so
funny,
bro. That's just so funny. Oh my god. I was thinking about this with like how you like the whole Mr. Bernardi thing is like those guys who walk in, you're like, that guy actually owns like 9 different buildings. You're like, really? Like that dude's talking to you like you own 9 different buildings, and he's trying to get with you.
Yeah.
Like that's insane to me.
It's a cool thing. It's I said it's just weird. It's weird to deal with all that, especially at a young age, because you're like, what do you do? Like, I don't know.
Fuck?
Yeah, you try to put on or whatever, but
if you're bringing a girl on a date, you bring her to Capri?
never have.
Never
have.
I didn't think so. No.
It's weird.
Like even just sit down and have everyone give you everything for free and treat you like freaking like a king.
Well, it's not for free. I still pay for it. Think about it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
but
true.
I told you like
True.
putting it on. Like when I went on a date with this Italian girl, I told you this. Like,
Oh yeah.
bro, like they start off so normal and they're like
Yeah.
talking and they're like sweet and innocent, and then like as soon as like the longer that we're together and talking, they turn into like this fucking greasy dago, and you're like, yo, that's not cool. Like, I don't want you to sound like me. Like, that's the last girl I want to date. Is some broad tell like we were talking normal, all of a sudden she's like, I swear to God, if I'm in the fucking club and some girl talks to my fucking man, I'm gonna bust their fucking head.
Yeah.
Like, yo, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want you to do that. Like it's a weird thing. And you guys saw firsthand, like how crazy.
Oh yeah. So we were talking about. I told him about how, because obviously, I don't get into a lot of fights, and we were talking about like fighting, and I was talking about how I punched that dude and I broke my fist, and he was like, "You don't seem like that much of like a fighting guy. You seem like you have like a nice energy, And I was like, yeah, and then then you said that. How did it start? It was like you like walked in and like this dude was like getting in your face or something. He was drunk.
No, we were in Arizona with my 3 cousins who look and talk just like me. So like we stick out.
Your cousins are hilarious,
Dude,
bro. When
Mario
you guys
and
walk
Dino.
in, I'm like, let's go. This is fucking a
Yeah.
TV show.
Yeah, those guys. Not even. I'm not talking about those guys. Like, well, I'm talking about one of them. The guy that won the bodybuilding thing is one of them.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
Yeah, and then Dario's the other one. I don't know if you ever met him, but yeah, we all look alike, talk alike, and all that shit. But still, when we go to Arizona and places like that are primarily like very white, I know that I'm myself white, but I consider people that are not cultured to be white.
Yes.
Like we stick out like sore thumbs. So we get into the club and we have like this table in the back. We have like security. Like it's a big night. So like we're walking in, and I'm walking in like with my John Gotti walk. I'm doing my thing, and some dude walks by me and like he like cuts me off while I'm walking to the club, and I'm like, like I bump. I'm like, yo, dude, where the fuck you going? Like he was drunk, and like he looked at me, and I'm like, am I really about to fucking knock this guy out walking into the club? Like we got a table. So like I'm like, bro, watch where the fuck you're walking, And like while he turned to me, he looked to say something, and he must have thought that where he was walking was the door, but there was these huge panes of glass. My guy, he walked into the straight face first, and he was so drunk he knocked himself out.
Oh my god.
So he falls back into my walking path, right?
Yeah.
So I walk over. I'm like, that's what you get, you dumb motherfucker. And I walk over him like with my gangster walk, right? And my cousin's behind me and kicks him in the fucking stomach, He's like, stupid fuck, And like we walked to the table. It was like the coolest entrance into a club ever.
Yeah, everyone saw that? Yeah.
Yeah.
we're
Don't
here.
fuck with me,
Yeah.
But yeah, we get looked at the club because like we're in Arizona, like we stick out, and like all the guys that are at clubs are like frat star
Yeah,
short
sure.
pants or what do you
Yeah.
call it, shorts
The
wearing.
salmon shorts. and
Yeah, so like we stick
everyone's
out, we're wearing
favorite.
triple black, or like we got like fucking socks fitteds on and Nike
Yeah,
Air
yeah.
Maxes and shit. We just smell and reek of Chicago. So like
yeah, for real.
so we're at this club and like I got like the security guard. I like threw him 100 when I walked in. The fucking dude would walk me to the bathroom like I was Prince.
Yeah,
He almost carried me on his back. It was crazy. He'd kick people out of the stalls for me and shit. It was unbelievable.
That's
So,
amazing.
we're sitting there, dude, and like we got like a bottle and we're drinking, having a good time. We got girls at the table. I got like my cousins, my girl cousins there. We have her friends. So whatever, we're drinking, and then like I order a bottle, and the table next to me orders a bottle. I'm like, yo, I'm like, all right. So like I order another bottle, and like this dude next
Sparklers
to-
and all.
yeah, whole shebang. They come out like in like mini Lamborghinis.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
It's it's a nutty club. So so then he orders like another like 2 bottles. These guys, and there's like 15 dudes, like big, good looking, like big guys. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, fuck these guys, So like I order like another bottle. I got like my security guy like, well, we have like all these lights, and I'm after like, they order like 4 fucking bottles, dude. Like one of them came like it was like a $10,000 bottle. I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, yo, I'm like, these guys just won up the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check my chase
I'm
real quick.
pissed about it, So I tell my bodyguard, I referred to him as my bodyguard the whole night. I'm like, yo, dude, who the fuck are these guys? He's like, oh, the Houston Astros? I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, that's them. I'm like, yo, you guys put me up next to the Houston fucking Astros? You couldn't put me next to the fucking frat star wannabes?
right.
Yeah.
Where I could like flex a little bit? Like
I'm
you
next
guys,
to the fucking infield here.
bro, I left. I left the club.
Don't you know I'm here to flex on everyone,
What
motherfucker?
the
Yeah,
fuck,
dude,
dude? You
the
got next to the
Astros?
Houston Astros.
That is hysterical.
Yeah, like we were just sharing broads.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like we were just like they were going back and forth to our table, so they were like touching basically. It was
Yeah.
crazy. It was nuts.
That's insane.
Dude, I have never been in a club like not like that. I've never once stepped foot in like a let's buy a
No?
bottle club. No.
No.
I have a
Like
couple of
downtown, like I like had a drink, but like not for the whole night. Like I've never like gone to a club for the whole night.
Yeah, it's
But
a
I hear
weird
stories
thing.
like that all the time. Like there's this weird like if you buy a bottle, it's like a whole event type thing, and I can't wait to fucking experience that shit because my buddy tells stories about like you just give the bouncer like $200 and like they just take care of you the whole night. I'm like, damn.
kind of yeah. Like it's kind of played out now. I don't enjoy it, and like you don't really have fun. Like
That's my thing is like, all right, well, first of all, I don't have the money to do that, like to flex like that. So even if I like were to like save up and like go do that, the whole time I'm thinking, all right, well, that was 2 weeks pay.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's not really worth it because like you don't really get, and you think like these girls are gonna be flocking, but like at the end of the day, the girls are getting paid. They're either if you're at a big club, they're getting paid.
Yeah.
And if they're not at a big club, they're getting free drinks anyway and free everything. So it's not that crazy anymore. It's mostly for your own ego and like you kind of like look like, I don't know, dude. Like
Yeah,
I get a table.
it's-
I get a table anyway, but like I don't want the whole show. Like there's been times where like, I've given like the girl like $50 and told her to like hold the sparklers.
Sure.
Yeah,
Bring the bottle.
yeah, because that's
Because like it's like obnoxious sometimes.
Well, the girls come out with the sparklers. Like I've been to a few clubs, like a few, and I always knew that girls would come out with like the fucking sparklers and the
Yeah.
bikinis and all that shit. When they come out like 6 or 7 times, and like the 5th time she comes out, and now she's just like super like bummed out, and she's just like,
yeah, no, yeah. She
you know what
looks
I mean?
miserable.
Like, oh, dude, she's like, fucking this sociopath is now giving me a sparkler.
I know.
like-
It's weird.
How cool is that? You know, like what the fuck? I was at this. You ever been to a club called Bounce
No,
downtown?
no.
It's like my buddy Andre took me there, and he was like, "Now listen, you're gonna be the only white dude in this place, probably.
Yeah.
Like, just
Those
be
are the best
yourself."
clubs.
FYI.
Yes, I mean, and he was like, "So just be yourself. Don't feel insecure because you're gonna feel insecure because everyone in there is probably be a way better dancer than you are."
Right.
Which was 100% true. Like I walked in there and people were fucking, and I'm
Jiving.
I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
right.
fucking, I'm Kevin James and Hitch,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
Staying right here,
It's a good movie.
It was fucking so brutal. That shit's
Well, we wanted
hilarious.
to, I wanted to open up a club so bad, but I wanted it to be like an 80s theme, 70s theme club.
That would be sick.
Like I wanted a dance floor. I wanted like
Yeah.
I wanted like
Club Uno, right?
Yeah, Club Uno. Yeah, I wanted it to be like a real club, but
Oh, that's so sick.
but you can't like it's just not cool because dude, everybody sits there, especially in the city, bro. It's every
Oh.
dude's got their fucking and they're all sitting up like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, dude,
Mad.
like, chill out, bro.
Yeah,
Like, you know, like,
yeah.
I don't want to do that. So you're just sitting there, like, looking at every dude in the club, like, sizing them up. It's like,
right.
and then every girl there is like, you know, I don't know, dude. It's all played out. I
Yeah.
hate it. I want like a real club where I go there and get some drinks and fucking dance and like have a
Yeah,
good time.
dude,
Like, that's
yeah.
badass. I
That's
could
my
dance.
kind of place.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I was at a wedding with my cousins and like nobody there could dance. Like dance. So like I
Really?
could, and like I danced with every girl at that fucking wedding.
Yeah.
But like just because like they were like, "Can I dance with you? Can I dance with you?" Because like there were just girls that wanted to dance and like
Right.
they knew how to, or like a little bit, or like whatever, and like I would just kind of like throw them through the ropes. But yeah, it's crazy. No one knows how to actually dance. So like feels like a dance.
What kind of dancing are we
Like
talking
dancing,
about?
like-
Yeah, just like regular, like I'm spinning you and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. All right,
Dropping you, dipping you,
Yeah.
slapping you around, whatever the fuck you want. Really.
Hey, bro, if you can dip somebody, you're in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Never attempted a dip.
Yeah.
It might be a minute till I try that one.
We went to Cabo when we were 17 or something. Like we'd go to like we went to all these clubs. Man, it was a fucking mess.
That is
Like we
Really?
were 17 kids, 17-year-old
yeah.
kids. Like, and I had money, like, cause I was like working. So
Yeah.
like I was like in Cabo, dude. I was like fucking like I thought I was like John Travolta. Like,
right. Because you can like that. Your money's worth a shit ton in Cabo, right?
Yes and no. It's worth a lot in Mexico, but like not that much in Cabo.
Okay.
Because like Cabo is made for tourists.
Yeah,
So if you're like at
okay.
resorts, they know that you can
okay.
afford it. So they kind of like charge the prices, quote, like similar to American prices.
Okay.
Right? But like if you go to Mexico, like you get a beer for like 10 cents.
Yeah. Right.
Mm.
Yeah, cervezas. But yeah, like we went to a club and I had a buddy who was Mexican and we had 4 of us. And like he's like the shithead drunk. Like he is like the dude that like he always fucking fucks up.
Yeah.
You know? So like we're at the club and like it was this big club. It was 3 floors. Right? So
Oh,
we're in the
okay.
club and like we're like in the middle floor and like they had these ladders, and like they were encaged. And like you couldn't the guys would go in there and like during like songs and shit, he would like whistle and like do like he was like the hype man for the club.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay, bet.
My buddy looks at me, he's like, "I'm gonna climb that ladder." I'm like, dude, no, you're not. Like, we're in Mexico, man.
Right.
Like, not in the city. I can't help you out here.
Yeah, don't
Right,
fuck
true.
up here.
Like, you know, don't fuck it up out here. He's like, "I'm gonna climb that ladder." Bro, do we
Once
not
the
turn
seed
our
is planted.
back for 2 minutes? The dude is on the top, on the outside of the cage, climbing on the ladder, like, whoa.
Holy fuck.
Holy shit.
He gets fucking tossed out. The guys chase him
Yeah.
out. We cannot find him.
Oh.
We leave the
no.
club. We're looking for him for an hour.
Oh,
For an
shit.
hour. We cannot find him. It's 3:00 in the morning. I'm like a part of a drug deal on accident on the side of the street. Yeah, some dude's like selling coke to some dude, and like he said in Spanish, and I speak Spanish, and I'm like, and the guy's like, yeah, I was like, I'll get. He's like, it's like 180 for a gram, and I turn around, I'm like, 180 for a gram. So what if I was this fucking Pablo's coke? I said. I was like, why don't you mind your business? I said, man, you're fucking ripping this dude off, you know. And he was like, and I don't know why I was part of that, but so I'm looking
Gotta
for this
be your
guy
2
for like
cents.
an hour. So I'm finally like, bro, fuck this. I'm hungry. So I walk into a fucking taco shop.
Yeah.
Bro is sitting there by himself eating tacos, watching the Chivas game.
Oh my god.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
He's like, what, bro? I'm like, dude, what's wrong with you, man? Like,
We're in
you
Mexico.
were climbing the fucking ladders in a
Right.
club, and
We thought you were dead for sure.
you
Stuffed
left
in an
them.
oven.
I'll tell you a story about Cabo. First night we're there, we're young kids, and it's all inclusive. And we get to the bar, the club. There's a bar in the hotel, and it's like in the pool.
Okay.
So like the bartenders are behind the bar, yeah, and like you're sitting in the pool with these chairs that are like made out of stone or whatever, and you're like sitting there drinking. So I give the guy like a 50, and I'm like, give me that whole bottle of Jose Cuervo. I used to drink tequila like crazy. I'm like, give me that bottle of Jose Cuervo. He's like, all right. We drink the whole thing. We start drinking in these hot tubs, and that's really bad for you. Like we start doing all this shit. We just wake up in the hotel room. Like everybody just wakes up in the hotel room. Don't know how we got there. So we wake up and it says like 6 or 7 on the alarm clock and whatever.
Holy
We're like all fucked up. We're like, dude, what happened? We have
Some
no idea. It
hangover
was like the
shit.
Hangover
The
movie.
writers of the Hangover Part
Yeah.
I know.
excited as fuck right
I know. I know. So we wake up like, yo, what happened? I don't know what happened. I don't know. I'm starving. Like, let's go eat, dude. So we walk into the thing, and I'm like, yeah, can I get, some eggs? I'm speaking Spanish. Like, me das unas huevos o rancheros. She's like, oh, no, we don't serve that right now. And I'm like, it's 7 a.m. Like, when are you going to serve it if not now? She goes,
Yeah.
oh, no, sweetheart, it's 7 p.m. I said, wait, what?
What?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, you guys. So we must have either slept the whole day, or we must have like not made it past like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and slept for 5 hours and woke
Yeah,
up. So
yeah.
like, yo,
Fuck.
dude, because like at 7 o'clock, like the sun was, we thought it was rising. The motherfucker
Right.
was going down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're like, yo, now what do we do? Like, let's go to the pool. You know?
Yeah.
So we go to the pool, man, and we like these 4 dudes walk up like, yo, dude, are you guys all right? And we're like, what? It's like, man, you guys are crazy this morning. And we're like, dude, no, man, like we don't know what happened. He's
Oh,
like, bro,
no.
this guy was like drowning, and like this guy was like, we're like, yo, like, all right. So they had 3 pools at this hotel. So we're like, let's go to the other side of the hotel and go to the different pool. We see these 3 fucking moms. They're like, hey, are you guys okay? Like, Bob, we're like, what the fuck happened last night? They're like, oh my God, you guys were hilarious. Like, you guys were doing this and that, and he was doing like, yo, let's just leave the hotel. Let's go to the
Yeah.
beach, man. Like, we'll go to the beach. You can't swim in the beach in there because like it's not like normal beach. It's like the ocean. Like the waves will fucking take you out.
Yeah.
So we start walking on the beach. Like, let's just walk on the beach, dude. No one's gonna find us here. The lifeguard chases us. He's like in Spanish. He's like, no, este way no lo quiero aquí. We're like, what? He's like, no, I don't want this fucking guy here. And we start pointing at my buddy Alan.
Oh no.
Like, yo, what happened? He's like, no, this guy tried to fucking swim last night or this morning. I had to go jump in there and save him and bring him out. We're like, dude, let's just go home.
Holy.
It was
my
night
God.
1. We're like, bro, fuck this place. Like, it was like the Hangover. It was like
Yeah,
we didn't.
right.
It was
God.
absolutely insane.
No
Holy
more Jose Cuervo that
Dude,
trip.
no way. It
Oh
was
my
nutty.
God, Jose is like my fucking. I love Jose.
We used to order room service. And like they'd come at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, they didn't give a fuck. So we get to home one night, we're all fucked up, and my buddy passes out. So he passes out, and we call room service, and like it's like, oh, we'll be there within the hour. So like we're sitting there, and while we're waiting for the food, we all fall asleep. So we order like chicken, pizzas, pasta, and then like chocolate cake and shit, whatever the fuck. So they call my buddy. The phone's ringing for like probably 20 minutes. My buddy that fell asleep before we order room service answers the phone. He's like, hello, what's up? You know, and the guy's like, he's like, hey sir, just to let you know, we don't have any chocolate cake.
yeah.
And my buddy Tom does not know we have room service. Like, so what the fuck do you want from me? He's like, no, I just want to let you know, senor, that we have no chocolate cake. He's like, what else, like a fucking baker to you? Like, what do you? And he like hung up the phone, dude. So in the morning, he's like, bro, you're not gonna believe this last night. But last night, the fucking restaurant called me that they're out of chocolate cake.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean? And we're like, yo, what the fuck? We go outside, there's our food just laying out.
Oh my God.
But it was just so funny. He's like, I have no idea what that. What? Yeah, it was freezing. It was horrible.
Yeah. Sure.
This guy's like, sorry, senor, we have no chocolate cake. My buddy's like, the fuck do I care?
Yeah.
Dude?
Right. Why the fuck?
Stop
you
calling me.
Yeah.
Just call every single room and tell me I got chocolate cake.
I know.
What the fuck?
So when we were there, I used to like play these pranks. Like if you fell asleep when we were drunk, I would always fuck with you. So I told you guys a story.
Yeah.
In Mexico, the toilet paper is really thin. Like it's like one ply. You have half ply. So if my friends would fall asleep, I'd like take the toilet paper and like put it like in their toes, like on their feet, and I would light it on fire. And like it would burst into flames, but like that was it because it was so thin. It was like tissue paper, you know. And they would wake up freaking out. So I used to do that to everybody. It became like the thing. Like if you fell asleep, like we'd light you on fire. So all Cabo long, we would send these Snapchats and these videos to our friends of us doing them to our other friends that are on the trip with us. So the week we get back, we have a party at the house. So like we're having a party at the house, and we're all fucked up. And like some of us leave, and my buddy, one of my buddies and my other buddy, they one was in Cabo, one was not. So they sleep over together at his house. So the one that was not in Cabo must have seen all the videos and like was laughing. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get the one that was in Cabo with the toilet paper trick.
Yeah.
But the toilet paper here, Charmin Ultra Plus, is fucking like,
Yeah.
they're like towels.
Yeah.
So he lit them on fire. My guy, 3rd-degree burns.
Oh my God.
Burnt him to a crisp. Like he has a scar to this day. It is like this long. He burnt the fuck out of him.
Oh my God.
It was
This
unbelievable.
is in between his like toes or some shit.
No, he like put it on his foot, but like it just burned. Like stayed lit for a while.
Yeah,
It was not the boom
It
like
was
that.
a fire, not a.
He has a scar to this day.
Oh my God.
It was like this big. We had to like bring him to the hospital and shit.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
It was nuts. Man, it was not. Yeah, you could go to fucking jail for that. It was crazy. It's like we never. So
That's
I stopped
assault,
pranking
brother.
people. Yeah, it is assault.
when you showed us the video of you putting the cigarettes in the dude's mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fucking funny. So.
If you fell asleep, I used to put a cigarette in your mouth and light it. You would sit there smoking it.
That shit's fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah.
That is actually I think you'd appreciate this. So me and McClorey a long time ago, like we I thought it'd be hilarious. I pranked him and our buddy Tom. I went on
Oh my God.
what was it? I went on Craigslist and I put up an ad for a magician for like a block party or like a birthday party that I was having.
Yeah.
And I wanted I was like, if anyone looking for a magician, I put this dude in my buddy's Tom's cell phone number. I was like, if anyone's a magician, like I need a magician, and I'm only available between the hours of like it was like 7 p.m. and like fucking 6 in the morning. So people were texting and calling these dudes like, hey, I'm a magician in the area.
Dude, I was getting calls like, hey, what's up? I'm a magician. I saw your listing. I'm like, dude, this is the 15th time I've gotten this call.
Oh my
Please lose my number.
That is amazing.
Dude, our buddy Tom was like, I never told our buddy Tom, I told him.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, did you put a fucking ad of me on Craigslist for a fucking magician? Because like 10 people have called me already fucking asking me if they're like, if you're looking for a magician.
It's such a good prank.
Dude.
That was good. And then when I talked to him about it, he's like, oh, yeah, I did
That
do
was
that.
me.
I forgot.
I
That was
used to-
fucking 3 weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, I've been getting calls for 3 weeks about it being a fucking magician,
Oh
bro.
my god. The Irish magician.
Yeah, right.
Make
First one
potatoes
ever.
appear.
I'll make all your alcohol disappear.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, and I gotta use the washroom so bad. But I used to do that with my buddy. I used to, when the new iPhones would come out, I'd
Mhm.
put like 3 or 4 of my friends on Craigslist with like the brand new iPhone, selling them for like basically stock price, if not like a little bit more to make it believable,
Mhm.
with like good pictures and shit. It would like break their phones. Like they would have to turn their phones off.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because like when like the app, like back in the day, like when, not now, like you kind of pre-order, you have this, you have that, you just get it. Back then, like you just had to wait in line or you had to do that. So like they would be like in high demand. So like they would
Damn.
get like 40, 50 calls a day, 60 calls a day, text messages, like
Holy
crazy.
shit.
I wouldn't tell nobody.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and just crazy,
Piss them off.
crazy. Like in school, like man, I used to just fuck with everybody. I used to take like, I used to spit balls during lunch. Like random people like across the table, and we would just sit and watch their reactions.
Yeah.
Like I would spit and they'd hit him in the neck. Like,
Yeah.
and then you just like all sit there and eat. One time, this guy was like laughing. He was like, "Ha!" And I just spitball and went right in his mouth.
Really? Are you serious?
He like swallowed it.
You cannot tell a
Disgusting.
cool story after that. If you're like, then she started taking her bra off.
Yeah, what was that? Just ate a fly. I spit him everywhere. I had my buddy. He was in love with the like one of the hottest girls in school type
Yeah.
thing. Everybody loved her.
Yeah.
I got like an iPod Touch, and I texted him off because he was in love with her. And I texted him because like we were like I tried to help him and text this girl way out of his league. And I like sent him a text message off this iPod Touch like, hey, I broke my phone. I'm getting a new phone next week, but like this is like I'm using my iPod. And he was like, oh, crazy. And he would send us the screenshot like, yo, look, this girl just texted me.
Yeah.
I texted him for like 3 days straight.
Oh my god.
3 days straight, and I made him come to like the lunch table and sit down with her.
Oh
in front of
my
everybody,
God.
bro! Like, I texted him while I was next to him. I texted him like, "Hey, come sit with us. Like, you should come." I feel so bad. He went and sat next to her, and she was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "You just told me to come sit." She's like, "No, I didn't."
Oh my god.
He came, man. I felt so bad.
Oh
Yeah,
my
for real.
Because it's a big deal in like high school.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah,
That
dude.
always was.
Man. I texted him for 3 days though.
Yeah, dude, this dude was sending
was
dick
on-
pics to you.
Dude,
For
honest to
real.
God. And then he would text like, "What do I say?" And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So then he would like, "What do I say?" I'm like, "You know what she'd really like if you said this," and like, I make sure she really liked it. You know?
Yeah,
He's
right.
like, bro, that worked. I'm like, I know, I'm so good. It was hilarious.
I do love watching you and Luca interact with each other. It's like very like wholesome.
It's
Is
very-
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's incredible. Not gonna lie. And when watching you, your mom, and Luca interact with each other, like it's like that trifecta of like this is Capri, what we're watching right now. You know what I mean? And we're also in Capri. Like it's just wild. You
Yeah,
know?
we've never actually worked together, me and Lucas, so it's like the first time.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Has he done what you've done?
No.
Like no, not at
Didn't
all.
work when he was younger, really.
No.
Except now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave me so he like the drawer I like we were gonna be short or something if like for some reason like we were gonna be like we were like $2 over and he owed me $4 for tips or whatever, and he pulls out his wallet and gives me 4 singles. I was like, bro, don't give me money out of your thing, like whatever, I'll just like write it down on the sheet or whatever. He's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, all right, well, tell Maurizio that he gave me $4. He's like, no, I got you. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, dude, this is so funny. Like pulling singles
He
out.
loves being that dude, and I love like when there's like an issue and you're not there, he always steps up, like steps right up. He's like, oh, I'll call him. I'm like, I'll call him right now.
Yeah. I think he really is trying hard, which is cool because I didn't expect it to be like that. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, I
was
think
not
he is
expecting
too.
it.
Did he tell you about a bed and what happened with that teacher?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. Jesus
I
Christ.
asked about
Yeah,
if we
that
could.
was fucking bananas.
I asked about if we could talk about it on the podcast.
He said yeah?
yes. Yeah. So I mean, I won't say any names, but like, long story short, he was gonna bang one of his old teachers, and like she texted him last minute saying, "Just kidding, I'm out." Blocked his ass, bro. That shit was so funny.
That shit is fucking crazy.
This dude was so heartbroken. Like,
you should have seen him when we were leaving. He was like legit, like very, very, very upset.
Yeah,
dude.
I don't know. That was a weird thing, dude.
We were
I don't want to be a part of it.
I know and you said that, and I was like, you know what? That's probably the fucking smart thing to do because we're all sitting around just like
engaging in it.
Yeah, just like nothing better to just like, oh, dude, do this when you see her. Like,
I'm
just
like,
fucking with him. You literally read the messages. You're like, yeah, I want nothing to do with this, and you gave him his phone back. I was like, that's wise, probably.
Yeah, I'm not.
You were like, it's making
that.
my stomach kind of hurt. And I was
it was weird to me. It was very
reading
weird.
back to it, I was like, yeah, dude, this is kind of fucking wild. Like,
you don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. That's like random as fuck too.
So random.
Dude.
He's not. That's a nut. That's a nut situation. She's got to be something wrong with her too. Just bro.
A little bit.
Oh yeah.
A lot of it,
a lot.
actually. Because they said she got fired from her old job for like fucking around with the students, like being inappropriate with students.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So Ben's like, oh, maybe that's my in.
Yeah.
Well,
long story short. Yeah. Long story short, for people who don't know, like, I'm not gonna give any details away, but like, a buddy of ours, a buddy of your brother's, had an old teacher from like grade school, and he's over 18, the whole whatever, and they like he hit her up for lunch or some shit, and like she was like gonna have him come over for like
help
food.
with his math homework.
Yeah, like quote unquote, it's super weird and this dude.
Yeah.
It was low key.
This dude wanted.
They're gonna do the quadratic formula.
Yeah, right.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, dude, for real.
Learn about leverage today.
He told me he was bringing his backpack there and had nothing in it. I was like, bro.
Why?
He was like, oh, just in case she actually, like, what if there is homework involved?
There's nothing in it. So
I'm like, yeah, so you open your backpack, there's be fucking
I
3
forgot
knickknacks.
everything.
Yeah. Might as well take my pants off.
Yeah,
Like, come on, bro.
There's nothing in the backpack, but there's something in my pants.
Yes,
yeah,
right.
Yeah. I have a nice long formula in my pants.
Yeah, right.
Oh, look, only condoms.
Dude, that's weird.
Yeah.
That shit was
I also can't
weird.
imagine like seeing. Also, like my little brother's friends, they come over and shit, and like they like tell like they're like oh, remember that one time we were at a party? I like leave.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want
Yeah.
to hear it.
Same.
It's just weird. I know you're 18, but like, man, dude, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, my brother and your brother are the same age.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Isn't
Like,
that a weird
we literally have the
situation?
same thing because both of our mom and your mom was pregnant at the exact same times,
That's crazy.
which is very crazy. That's why my mom like is like, oh my god, Donna. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right.
She freaking
Yeah, I don't like it at all. It bothers me.
Well, it's crazy because my mom, when your mom was pregnant with you, she was running around the restaurant doing shit,
Yeah.
and my mom was like sitting at a table eating, you know, and I was like, Mom, you know what I mean? She's, you know, working at a restaurant. Like, you could have been doing that, you know. And she was like, oh, yeah. And my dad was always giving her shit for it. It was so funny. Like,
It's funny.
Donna was pregnant and fucking running around doing.
And she worked till she was like 8.5 months pregnant.
Yeah,
Bro.
Maurizio's literally working in the womb. He's
I know.
fucking-
Yeah, dude. Can you handle this carbonara?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's a weird. It's a weird. She doesn't. She likes to
That
work.
as
It's
well.
Crazy.
That's like I said. That's that immigrant shit.
I
They're
know.
like, dude, they're built different. I like
know.
halfway wish I was an immigrant.
I like.
Just
That's
to
why
have
like, I
that
feel weird
drive.
like telling my like mom like I don't know. Like, even though like we're like business partners, I just things I just won't talk to with my mom about because it's just so
Yeah.
weird. Like when you have that immigrant relationship with your parents, it's like too much. Like Luca wanted to go to Arizona with me and my cousins. I'm like, dude, you can't come with us. Like it's
Yeah.
not for you. Like it's just we're kind
Not
of
yet.
degenerates out there.
Yeah, not yet.
Right.
He's got to find his own way with that shit. That's my brother, the same thing.
I know. We were there. This is the story I was telling you about. We were there and we had a stripper come to the house. We had like 5-6 guys and 4 guys. I don't know, whatever. And she like started to like us like, a lot.
really?
And she really liked my cousin. So long story short, whatever. And she decided to spend the night. So like we were in like he's in his room and he calls me like, yo, dude, the TV's not working. I'm like, okay. So I go in the room and the TV's not working and me and my 3 cousins are in there with the stripper. And she's like, oh, I used to work at Comcast.
Oh my god.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, so there was like an armoire, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But like a big one, the TV was on top of it, was tall as fuck. It's like, oh, I could fix it. This bitch is naked, fixing our Comcast, dude. The 3 of us, yo, it's hilarious. The 3 of us are just sitting there watching her, like, oh no, I think it's the one in the back.
Yeah. Real down low. Down
Yeah,
low.
bro. It was fucking hilarious. Like nobody would believe us if it.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Like she fixed the Comcast, man.
That's fucking.
Yeah, dude, it was unbelievable.
You got live HBO.
Honest to God, dude, she was up there like man, fixing this internet right
What
now or whatever,
the
the
fuck?
TV. It was crazy.
That is fucking hilarious.
I went and got like all this money. Like I had like thousands, like I don't know, a couple, like all singles though, right? For
Yeah.
because I'm like I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
it was a
Make it
It was
rain.
a party, you know?
Yeah.
But I know where to put it all because there was like a lot of like. So I started hiding them places, but then the next day we started finding it. So like, we went to go like cook and like someone went to go like open up the microwave and there was like $300. Someone was like, "Yo, who put this in the fucking? Oh, that's mine."
Who tried cooking the money last night?
How high were you guys?
Yeah.
That shit's.
And we had these we had my two cousins and like one of my cousin's friends, and he's like he's a cop. So he's like very paranoid. So like we like so I bring this girl home, you know, and I'm in like we're like in the bed or whatever, and like I start smelling smoke. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, she's like, do you smell that? I'm like, yeah, it's fine, you know? Then the fucking fire alarm goes off. I was like, beep, beep. She's like, oh my god, is the place on fire? I'm like, no, we're fine. I said, my buddy, they're cops. Like that matters.
Got under control.
Yeah.
So like, I come out. I'm like, yo, dude, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys okay? He's like, yeah. No, we put the pizza in backwards. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it's upside down, and we didn't even put it on a tray or anything. The whole thing is on fire. And I'm like, yo, bro, come on, you know, like she's freaking out.
Yeah.
So he's like all hammered, and like he would do this thing every night where he would secure the perimeter.
Important.
Very important. For other reasons, but like we had people that would like show up to our house. We like the house, popular in Arizona, and fucking he would go outside and like secure the perimeter, and then we'll, from the inside lock each and every door and window. So he comes into the room, just barges in. That I'm with this girl, and he's like, "Yo," I'm like, "Dude, what?" Like,
Come
please.
on. Yeah.
He's like, "Listen, she's staying or leaving. Those are the two options. I'm gonna secure the perimeter. She either leaves or she stays. Because once I lock these doors, no one in or out. I'm
You
like,
can't afford a perimeter breach after I secure this.
I know this isn't like the military. Like, yo, this isn't an army base, man. Like, it's fine. Like, we're on vacation. It's like, no. That's how problems happen. I look at him like, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Because you ain't staying. So like, you gotta, you know.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, he'll see you out.
Yeah, right.
It was hilarious. But yeah, he would secure the perimeter every night.
That's
the
fucking
perimeter,
hilarious.
bro.
Oh yeah,
Well, you won't be able to get out until roll call tomorrow if you stay here, so.
this is true. We got things to do.
Yeah, pots and pans at 6 a.m., bro.
Man,
That shit is fucking hilarious.
That's great.
Well, hey, man, we're at like an hour 25, hour and a half now.
yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
This
dude,
was
thank
cool.
you for coming on,
This was
bro.
cool, yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on. This has been super fun.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
this was better than I thought it was gonna be.
Awesome.
Dude,
Yeah.
Love hearing
these
that.
dudes have been waiting to like literally just meet you.
We
for
talk about you
weeks.
fucking all the time.
Every time.
I'm flattered.
Yeah.
I hope I live up to expectations. I'm really not that cool of a dude.
Yeah, dude. Come on.
It's cool.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening, guys. This has been Verified with Jake Barcelona. I really appreciate you guys listening. Like, share, rinse, repeat. Any final words for our continuing guests here?
No, just go to Capri Restaurant to eat or Capri Pizza if you're
Yeah,
hungry.
bro.
Oh,
Capri.
yeah.
That's all right.
Quick plug.
And tip the
Go
guys ringing you up, too.
For sure.
What is it? CapriPizzaPaylist.com. If you
Mhm.
typed it in, you'll get the actual website.
They made the website. You want
Yes.
to see their work? Want them to design your websites? Go look at my website, my menu, all designed by Mock Media.
Mock
Oh, yeah.
Media. If you, what was the? Oh fuck! I had something to say.
You're ruining it.
Fuck,
This is
dude,
such
I
a
am,
good
I know.
outro.
Yeah.
Oh, if you see any Instagram posts from Capri or Capri Pizza, know that that's
Mock Media
one of
as
us
well.
three. Yeah,
Yeah.
right
Oh,
in
yeah.
the. Feel free to DM if you have any questions. And yeah, thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys next time.
God make you ready.